What the hell? Sorry about that. I'll start over. Hi, Bashers. It's Speedy Tuesday. I was getting together a little tribute, so forgive me for being a little techno booby tonight. So we lost Morgana, beautiful Morgana, Andrew's beloved cat of over 20 years. She was probably close to 30, as far as he knows, because he and his late wife Samantha had adopted a cat that nobody wanted because she was elderly at around 10. They didn't know exactly how old she was. She's at least 10. And we've gotten to see Morgana every single solitary IBashers for 2.5 years. She's been a featured player in the Gallery of Bashtards. I don't think there's a single one that we had that didn't feature her because of her incredible personality and how attached she was, and you know it's just it's so hard. And I'm so sorry, Andrew. We're all so sorry. She was a big part of our lives for the last 2.5 years, and you guys were also kind to me when I lost Laverne, and she was 15. And the girls are harder. I don't know why it is. Maybe because I'm a man. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But losing a pet is never easy, especially one like Morgana. She was his constant companion. And, we used to get to see all the pictures of her and her special pillow and standing on her box, just like Laverne used to do. And yeah, she was an absolutely beautiful and incredible creature that touched his life in such a way. Especially Andrew lost his wife a couple of years ago. And that's a very devastating thing to happen with your partner. And Morgana was one of the ones that helped him get through it. So, you know, so I prepared a little tribute to her, and yeah, let's uh, let's hopefully this will work. I hope so. So here you go.
I'm watching IBashers. You were distracting me.
We love you, Andrew. We're very sorry here at Bashers and everywhere. I know you've got a lot of friends out there. We're thinking about you. Very sorry. I'm very lucky to have had so many pictures of her. It was impossible to choose. There were so many of them, you know, because like I said, we had 2.5 years of daily Morgana, you know, incredible. We're here for you, pal. If you need anything, you have my phone number, obviously. So you have friends here, and you still have Senora and Olive, and I'm sure that they're gonna probably be wondering. They know more than we do, they know so much more than we do. But they'll be there to comfort you, and I'm sure they'll understand. And Andrew's not here right now because Andrew had to go to work, believe it or not. And he messaged me and he said, "Could you do me a favor and break the news to the Bashers?" And I said, "Of course I would." I had already planned to do that in some kind of way. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it, but anyway, yeah. Carolyn Martin says, "I'm so sorry, Andrew." Of course, she just lost her best friend, Ivy, and so you have a lot of people here who know. That is there still no sound? Please don't say there's still no sound. There's sound now, right? I was just trying to get everything together, and Paul's aunt Norma died a couple of days ago, and she was an incredibly great lady, and he was trying to go through. He's on my computer trying to find all the old pictures that we had, and the problem with digital photographs is that they're great until you don't know where they are on a hard drive, and I've switched computers. And it turns out I found them. It took me a while, and I found them probably 10 minutes before we went live. So I was a little discombobulated, and I'm sorry for that. But yeah. Charlie Chaplin's smile, very appropriate. Yeah. Listen, if you're only going to write one song, write that one, right? Charlie Chaplin wrote one song, and that's it. I think Emmett pulled the beard off Santa Claus when he said, I think he only wrote the lyrics. I was like, oh, don't say that. Even though the lyrics are absolutely stunning and beautiful. I was unaware. I thought he wrote the song by himself, but it doesn't matter. It's one of the most beautiful songs ever written, and yes, appropriate because she made everybody smile, especially Andrew. He works very, very hard, and he comes home after very long hours, and he's often outside in Canada. In Canada, people. This is a guy who works very hard for his family and his pet family. So, yeah. Carlos Paggi says, "So sorry, Andrew." And Rufus is with you. Rufus knows. We don't know where Jackson is. And that's tough. Yeah. It's terrible. Everybody's like, no audio. I'm glad we fixed that. Hey, Steve Zaleski, happy Christmas Eve to Dirk and the Bashers. Finished work and watching this as the start of the holidays. Wishing you all the best of the season. And to you, Steve. Thank you so much. Dave Fitzsimon, sorry for your loss, Andrew. And Melly C, of course. Andrew, I spoke to Andy M this evening, and he sends his condolences. Rest in peace, beautiful Morgana. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's really hard. Andrew texts me a lot in the middle of the night, and I'm usually asleep, but I often, because I work in the studio so late at night, I'm always working on some kind of musical project or something for Bashers or whatever, and I often have my phone on silent, but I always get his messages, and they're always so joyful and comical and wonderful, and they're all things that I can read in the morning for the most part. And then I saw this morning because I stayed up till like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning because I'm working on a project. And it was just taking me a while. And I had taken a nap in the afternoon and it messed up my schedule. And then, I saw there was a couple of texts from Andrew. I was like, oh, I'm sure there are a couple of fun little jokes and I'll read them. And then when I woke up and I saw it and I read it, I felt so terrible for not being where I needed to be for him at that moment because she passed away while he was at work. And he had no idea that that was going to happen. I mean, she was 30. I mean, obviously that's amazing, right? Nick Brooker, sorry to hear the news. Andrew, yeah. Martin Bronson, Andrew, I'm sorry to hear this bad news. Rest in peace, Morgana. Indeed. Yeah. Oh no. That was the first thing I said. And I said it, I had just came out of the bedroom and Paul was on the couch and I'm reading my thing and I reacted really strongly. And he said, "What happened?" Like, because it was just so, it was, so sorry, Andrew. Renaissance says, "Love and blessings, Andrew. Rest in peace, Morgana," from Julian. Thank you, Julian. A cat has absolute emotional honesty. Human beings, for one reason or another, may hide their feelings, but a cat does not. This is the fact. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Indeed. You don't always get to choose the load, but you get to choose how to carry it. Cheers. That's beautiful. You can't complain because roses have thorns, or you can rejoice because thorns have roses. That's very true. And he says, pictures for the Christmas Bastards Gallery. So I made that video this morning, and I have it private on YouTube, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna fix it right now. I'm gonna make it. If you didn't get to see it, if anybody didn't get to see it, let me go make that. Let me make it public right now. Okay. There you go. So if anybody wants to see that, it's on the channel now. It's live. I just didn't want to do it. I just wanted to show you guys here, because I didn't want to post that without it being a part of a tribute, because that would be in poor taste. So, yeah. Thanks. Andrew, I'm sorry to hear about this bad news. Rest in peace, Morgana. Yeah. Nick Brooker's here. Upvoted evening. We'll join later on. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's hard to be festive. I just feel so sorry for him right now. Steve says, "So no, sorry for the cheery previous messages. All seems really and says, no, it didn't. You didn't know. Got home and messaged without realizing. Big love. We know that, Steve. Of course." And he says, "I hope you're okay, Andrew." I don't know. I mean, he texted me, and I'll see this. I'll tell you what he wrote me, Andrew. It's 11:14 p.m. I should have been able to read that. He said, "I don't want to hear anything about the Rainbow Bridge. Morgana died tonight, just past 6 p.m. Last week, she jumped off my bed, went downstairs, ate her food, hung out, but never really came back upstairs except to stand on the landing looking at my door, and she wouldn't go into my room anymore, and she wouldn't go to Tori's room. She started sleeping by the front door, so we moved pillows down to the ground floor in different rooms for her. And then a couple of days ago, she started sleeping in the kitchen, but she wouldn't go on her pillows anymore. Last night, I heard scratching and saw all of her pushing all of the bowls over. All the rest of their cats pushing their bowls towards Morgana. She passed away sleeping with her head on her pillow. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. She was going to be euthanized when they adopted her. She was so old, nobody wanted her. So I took her, and she had all those years with us. It's an amazing thing. I'm working this evening, so I didn't know that she was going to be going soon. As soon as I walked in the front door, Tori told me. Cranky old girl, that broken sounding purr that always sounds like my snoring. Nora's on the bed sniffing the pillow, and Olive is hanging out with Tori to cheer her up. I know that most people would say it's just a cat. But to myself and the kids, Morgana is family and part of Samantha's family. I don't handle loss well. She knew, we knew, but it hurts very much. We know, Andrew. Yeah. So that's what he wrote me today. We love you, man. I'm very, very sorry about this. You know, yeah, it's horrible. So I don't have any alcohol, but I mean, I do, but I'm not using it. So let's raise a glass, everyone, to the incomparable Morgana, so loved in this IBashers world that we have. Um, Thank you all so very, very much for being a part of her world and our world. And Andrew, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Roar the Tiger. Oh no, what else could be going on? Roar the Tiger, Dirk. Just wait until you hear about my trifecta of horrors. You going to tell me in an email? How are you going to let me know? Let me know. I mean, is it public? Is it going to be public or is it going to be? I could only imagine. Roar the Tiger had a terrible year last year. 2020. I didn't think 2024 could get worse. 2025 was bad. Um, but 2024 was bad for me, at least. I don't know about for you. I don't know a lot of people. And I look back on the pandemic now and I think, wow, I had the best time during the pandemic. I really did. You know, I was on the dole at home, drinking Barolo, hanging out on the deck. Dragon Lady didn't exist yet. Things were great. And, I guess it was a great time in our lives. Really, really, and truly was, Yeah. Brother Tiger says, but I'm doing okay. Well, please let me know in an email so I can find out. I just can't handle you having any more problems. Andrew, we fucking love you here, brother. Pain lasts a while, memories last much longer. Yeah, we know, Ray Ray. Thank you. Thank you for being such a special person, too. Melly C with her purple hearts. Purple hearts out, and ears hearts, too. All the ladies in the bash, including Morgana, who was a very, very special lady, you know. So, yeah, where the Tiger says, even though your heart is breaking. It's one of the most beautiful songs ever written. Charlie Chaplin, wrote it, wrote the lyrics or whatever he wrote. And he never wrote another song. Smile though your heart is breaking. Smile even though it's aching. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrows, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see a light come shining through for you. It's a very optimistic song, especially when somebody is going through something terrible. So it just reminds me to say it would be a great idea if everybody reached out to somebody who's alone or lonely, or if you know where there's an enclave of stray animals, cats, foxes, I don't care what it is, go and find them and bring them some Christmas food. I don't need to tell you guys what to do. You already do it. It's for the people that might not watch the show on the regular right now. I know it's the Christmas season. Viewership is low, to be expected. People will probably watch this show. I'm sorry it took me so long to put the thumbnail together, but I had to go send a couple of cards out at the post office, and yeah, that's what I was up to. So it just took a little bit of a while. So yeah, send me an email and we'll find out what was going on with you. But yeah, I think what Renaissance says is so true. A cat has absolute emotional honesty. Human beings, for one or another, hide their feelings. Cats don't do it. The only thing that animals do not do is they do not tell you when they're in pain. I mean, unless they're in excruciating pain and they start howling. When they're not feeling well, you have to sense it. You have to know it. They stop eating, or they stop moving, or they stop going on their pillow, or they don't come up to the bedroom anymore. They don't really explicitly let you know when they're not feeling well. And people do. And that's probably one of the reasons why I feel so much more for animals than I do for people, because people can always tell you, like, I'm 95, I've had it, man, I'm ready to go meet my maker. They tell you what they want, they make plans, they put wills together, they plan their services. We have the ability that we're able to do that. Animals just kind of creep away and pass away on their own. I mean, in the wild, cats hide. That's what they do. If you have a cat that starts hiding, you know that they either need to go to the vet or they're about to, they know. They're very smart and they know, but they can't tell us. They show us and they demonstrate all of the emotions that we love from them, but when it comes to how they're feeling, you have to be just as intuitive as they are, because cats are so intuitive. Dogs less so. I love dogs too, but they're far less. It's crazy. Yeah. Roar the Tiger says, I'm with my grandkids. Yeah, we were so happy to hear that you could go. They're the children of my youngest daughter. That's so wonderful. The one that passed away. Yes, we know. That was a terrible time. And you're a wonderful, wonderful person. And you wonder, like you think about God. In times like this, when people are sick and people are dying, and when Julie had cancer, and I get super Catholic. I light every candle I can find. Have a word or two with the big guy. And in my regular life, I don't do that. I don't do it. I just do it, and that's not good when I need stuff. It's just like, hey man, kids with cancer. I don't get it. I don't see how that could be possible, that children could get cancer. Terrible things like that. Loved animals don't know what money is, or what jobs are, or why we go out for most of the day. They just know that every day we come home and love them, day after day after day. That's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. And it's so true. It's so, so true. They don't care either. The big joke was, we used to, whenever we'd see like, one of them, I said it to all of them. I said, "Hey, when are you going to consider getting a job? Did you even bother looking for a job today? Because you come home and they're like, they give us so much joy. They give us so much joy. Anyway, I'll show the video again. I'll close the show out with the video once again, but it's live now. So it's Speedy Tuesday. I'm wearing my first Omega in space, of course. Thank you, Basher X. Merry Christmas. Thank you for my early Christmas gift. I love it beyond measure. New tape. I put a new piece of tape on it today. Actually, it looks pretty crappy, so maybe I should redo it. I use this. I don't have the real tape that they use. So I use this very, very thin Scotch tape, and it's super transparent. And I just clip off a little piece of it. That one's too big. See, I go through about 3 wasted pieces of tape, and then I just put it right on the clasp right here. Put it like this. I put it right in the dead center, and then I smack a gobbet right to the end, and it's done. But because I hate getting scratches on the clasp, I hate it. Yeah, and you know what I do? I take my fingernail and I just cut the end of it, and it's perfect. What are you guys wearing today on Speedy Tuesday? I mean, you want to talk about watches? We could do that. Franco Fiore says, please upvote if you can. Thank you, buddy. You picked the wrong gun dog when he F's the duck instead of fetching it. That's very true. A gun dog or a I don't know what that means. Like a duck dog, like a hunting dog. Sorry, here you're sad news, says Glenn Parker. Hey, Glenn Parker, thank you very much. Andrew's going to need a lot of strength and support for a while, and I know that we're all here to give it to him, because he means so very much to us. Just thought of my new car. It's a toy. What did you get? Aren't they kind of all toys now? I live with somebody who has historically had driven, not for the first 20 some odd years of our life together, drove vintage Pontiacs, which are what I would call land yachts. I know people describe them as that. I'm talking about 75 Catalina and 66 Bonnevilles and Grand Prix. Big. He loves Pontiac. That's his brand, which is was the member of the General Motors Company. They went out of business because American cars said nobody gives a shit about them anymore. Everybody buys Hondas. Everybody buys Mazdas. Everybody buys Toyotas. was very Trumpy, right? Toyota. Everybody buys Mazda. They're very good, good. But we're going to stop them from importing them. They don't even import them; they make them here. It's like Airbus has a aircraft manufacturing facility in America. So like it's hilarious that all these companies and because of the way they're set up, what happened with the American car companies, the unions, which I believe in unions in a great way. I've been part of many a union and they're great. But unfortunately in the car industry, people were like, well, we're not going to do it. And they're like, well, if you don't do it, we're going to farm manufacturing out. And they're like, go ahead, call our bluff. And they called their bluff. And so many Saturn went down, Oldsmobile went down, Pontiac went down. Think about all the car companies that, I mean, it's amazing that Chevrolet, which is huge. Regardless, I'll never let that one go because she's like, nobody knows what Chevrolet is. It's like they're one of the biggest car sellers in all of Europe. Ford is huge in Europe, or they were. When I was a kid and we went to Ireland, we always got Opels, which is a crazy thing, which is a European division of GM, I believe. I think it was Chevrolet, Opel. What's your new car? What did you get? Get fuck watches tonight, says Steve Zaliscano. I don't feel like talking about luxury goods. Feels kind of, tacky. Hey, beautiful Louise, how are you feeling, beautiful one? We heard you were very, very ill, and everybody was asking for you, beautiful Louise. We were all asking, how are you, wonderful woman? Happy Christmas, Dirk, and all the bashers. Happy Christmas to you, Louise. Great to have you here. Scotch tape on an Omega is like Crocs with a nah. You can't tell him. You don't even can't tell. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. You can't even tell. I just do it because I want to preserve. Because I already got a scuff on it down there, and the clasp on this watch is one of the most beautiful parts because you can't see, but all right, fuck it. Hold on. One of the sexiest things about this watch, I don't know if I ever actually brought this part up, but I took the tape off, is the vintage Omega logo. It looks like you would grab it, right? It looks like you would grab it, but you don't. You cannot grab that because it's twin trigger. And if you do that, you'll mess up the watch. But we're not talking about watches right now. Doesn't really matter. Fergal's here. He says, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to Dirk, Paul, and all the Bashers. Hi, Fergal. How are you, baby? I bought an Audi Estate today. Hey, you did? I love the Estate. We call those station wagons. I bought the Audi Estate today. Very four-wheel drive. Audis are a great car, man. They make Lamborghinis. Isn't that crazy? Burn rubber, boy. Burn it. Yeah, says Dino. Hey, Dino, how are you? I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you very much. Well, we're happy to hear it because it was just, you not being around. It's a big deal. Congratulations to Dave Fahrenheit 451. Was he in there number one today? He was. I'm so sorry. Look, I didn't even mention it because I just had so much Morgana on my mind. Congratulations. Let's give you some confetti because you deserve it. Thanks, Dave. Thank you for everything. Guys, everybody who comes to the Bashers brings their own special thing, their own special set of gifts. And that's what's incredible. That's why we're so lucky. Because everybody's got something different and unique to bring to us. And we're grateful for that, My deepest condolences, Andrew, on the passing of Morgana. Yeah, I was just, I just didn't think that was, like in the cards. I know she's 30, but, she just seemed so happy and healthy, and he gave her, and his cats live to be a zillion years old. I mean, it's just the most incredible thing in the whole wide world. I don't know what Andrew feeds them or how he provides for them. It's just like I'll never forget. I switched Laverne's food because she was chubby and she got very, very skinny. And then when she got skinny, she wasn't healthy anymore. And I was telling everybody, oh, it's called Tiki Cat, and it was called like Aloha Tuna or Aloha Chicken. And then I found out Laverne became allergic to chicken. So I had to switch her whole food out. She did not like fish. So I was getting her beef and she liked it, or I was trying to find it. I don't think they make pork foods for cats. Isn't pork bad for cats? I was brought up to believe that pork is bad for people. If it's not cooked, you can get trichinosis. But and that's a real thing, unlike Biafrans. Oh, these things you hear when your parents say to you, you better eat that stew or you're gonna look like a Biafran. The distended belly African kids that were starving to death. I was like, well, maybe we should do something about that first before I eat this giant heaping bowl of American garbage. It's tang. Unbelievable stuff. Ray says, I had two Audi cars before. Best car I ever crashed. Pro content safety system. Audis are great cars. They really, really are. Not a flex. Oof, you bought a Julia. Do you know what's really interesting, Roar the Tiger? Or not? But last night I was walking down the street and there was an Alfa Romeo, and I know Alfas. I know cars. I'm a car guy. I like cars. I'm interested, especially great cars. And I saw especially great cars. I'm doing a lot of Trumpisms tonight. I saw an Alfa Romeo I could not identify, and I meant to go on their page to see what it was. It wasn't an SUV; it was a car, and it was not a Giulia, but it was gorgeous, and it was fire engine red. It's an Alfa Romeo Giulia. She loved. I always heard her blasting to the neighbors. Have you seen my car? Have you seen my car? Now she's gone too. Oh, is that right? Oh wow. Yeah. Dirk, please post the cat sanctuary's info. I want to donate in Morgana's name. I sure will. It's very nice of you. Do I have that in my banners? I think I did at one time. Let's see. If I don't, I will redo it right away. I don't, but hold on 1 second. I'll get it right now. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. Thank you, Carolyn, very much for that. It's very sweet. Here's the link. Well, here is the page. It's the Wildlife Freedom Foundation. Open your heart and your home to a cat who needs both. Adopt today. Your support helps us rehabilitate the sick and the injured. Let's see what the link is for donate. Oh, you can go directly. What is this? It's paypal.com donations. So let me grab that. And I will make a banner. Now I think that the banners are clickable now. I'm pretty sure that they are banners. Okay, I'm going to create a new banner. There you go, paste. Okay, add a banner. There we go. Here it is. www.paypal.com/donate, and that's the link. And when you click on that link, you will be taken to this site. To the Wildlife Freedom Association Foundation. And yeah, it's about us. It's an amazing thing. This is the cat sanctuary. There's like 4 or 5 of those little houses, and they do take care of all the birds. Look at that. Look at that opossum. Squirrels. Look at this pretty cat. Hey, that looks just like Bubble. Man, wouldn't that be crazy? How is he going to get to Rosewood? He doesn't take the ferry. But man, that looks just like Bubble. Just like him. Wow, that really looks like Bubble. I know. Listen, you're going to say black cats look a lot alike. No, they don't. They don't. Wow, and he's got the same. I mean, I know if they fix you, you get the clipped ear, but man, that really looks like him. But it's a beautiful place, and they do such incredible work. So yeah, Thank you, Carolyn. You're a beautiful human being. Let me put that back on there. Let me put this on there for longer. Can I only put it on there for 10 seconds? You let me know if you got it, or I'll just email it to you. Yeah. Ray says Alfa Romeo Dico Volante, a work of art. Yeah, they're beautiful cars. You're very welcome, Carolyn. Thank you. Ray, I own the Toyota TT 2.0 TFSI Roadster convertible and an Audi S2. Great cars, best car interiors compared to BMW. They're better than BMW. BMW, they're beautiful cars, but I've always preferred Audis. I just think there's something sleeker and cooler about them. Their design language is absolutely fantastic. And they make the R8 one of the most beautiful, amazing. It's a supercar, you know. It blows the doors off a lot of really fast cars. So it's a great one, you know. I drove a Saab 9 you and that Zionist pig, Jerry Seinfeld. That unapologetic Zionist cunt. Horrible. I can't watch him anymore. Isn't it funny? Dave Chappelle's got a new special tonight. I need a little bit of haha. And I know he goes off on the Zionists. As we all should. It was really fun. You know what? I was on Facebook the other night wishing my ex-girlfriend from high school a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ro. You're still the most beautiful girl in the world. This girl, I lost a ton of weight to ask her out. And then we both turned out gay. Yay. It's like it really worked out well. She's astonishingly beautiful. And I only hook up with Croatians. She's Croatian, Paul's Croatian, and Italian. And yeah, she's great. So I was on Facebook last night, and this guy that I've known from my childhood is always defending the IDF and Milikovsky and all those cunts. He was getting his ass handed to him on Facebook last night because people have finally woken up. It's like, how long did it take to wake up to Hitler? And you know, he came to New York and had a big rally, and people are like, yeah, it looks great. Because nationalism is a fucking disease. It's a disease. Be proud of your country. Be proud of your culture. Absolutely. But don't be a nationalist because you're not better than anybody. Nobody is. We're all the same thing. But it was fun to watch somebody get his ass handed to him. And it was like everybody. And he's like, but. And then somebody put a picture up and it said, Zionists are using Jews as human shields. I was like, wow, did that just blow up in your face? Because it's so true. It's so true. You know, because they're always saying the Palestinians use children as human shields. No, they don't. But you definitely use your own people as human shields. Because like the more that people get killed, the better you think you look, but you started it, you know. Anyway, don't get me started. I'll get mad. It sounds like the 6-cylinder quadrophilia. I believe they're referencing Alpha's 4-leaf clover. Well, I mean, that means 4 daughter, right? Quadro. Well, quadrophilia. Maybe quattrophilia. So quadro. What does that mean? It wouldn't be. If it was 4 daughters, it would be quadrophilia. Right? I believe they're referencing Alpha's 4-leaf clover. Maybe that's what that's called. I don't know. You know. Does anybody want to buy a Saab? Jerry Seinfeld. He said the C word. I can say the C word when it comes to Zionist cunts. I can definitely do that because they're bad people. Bad. PP in TNE and mid-90s was my dream car. Was a panel power. In the mid-90s, my dream car was the Saab convertible, old shape. There was a great listen. I loved the show Seinfeld, and you know, there's some great stuff on there. It's really good. He's the worst thing in the show. Of course, it's all about Elaine and Kramer, and you know, of course. But he drove Saabs, and Elaine was dating this guy named Putty, this big, handsome lug, and he was a dum-dum. But he was like a manager at the Saab dealer, and he got promoted to salesman. And he was a mechanic first, then he became a manager or salesperson. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm decoding, and that's all crap. None of it's real. But then Jerry did something to offend him, and then all of a sudden, all those things got put back on the bill. It was really very, very funny. It was the same episode where George was trying to get the candy bar to the machines. It's really great. It was a great show, but I'll never watch it again because I can't watch it. Never got around to owning one. Hey man, you can get them now. The Saab is no longer in the car business. They're in the aeronautics business. They still make planes. Yeah, I've owned the best from cars to trucks, and now I just want to travel by horse in a stagecoach, my dear, where you belong. I'm trying to save up for an off-grid long wheelbase camper crafter to use around Europe. Built to specifications, but it's expensive. Well, I know that knowing you, Dino, it's going to be like the hottest thing on wheels. You're going to make sure it's all tricked out and gorgeous. That must be nice. That would be nice to just go off the grid and just take off. Eat it. I don't know what you'd call a greasy spoon equivalent in Europe because they don't really have greasy spoons. Yeah, a greasy spoon is like a diner in America, but diners are great. Diners are great. All day breakfast. The two-door convertible is delicious. It is indeed. Classic paddle power. Mine is a 2008 four-door Sport. Oh, that's great. Wow. I don't know, B. Sorry, mates. Saabs were Opel Vectra with cool bodies and a jet in the video. Well, who? Let me go before I do that. Let me go see who. I want to get the facts. Opel. Okay. Opel Automobile Corporation is a German automobile manufacturer which has been a subsidiary of Stellantis since 2021. It was originally owned by the American automaker General Motors from 1929 until 2017, and the PSA Group after that. Yeah, it was GM. In North America, under the Buick, Saturn, and Cadillac brands, some Opels were badge and engineered in Australia under the Holden brand. That's cool. I know about Holdens. But yeah, Opels are cool. It's a great logo, too. Started, ready for this? Founded in 1862. That's got to make it. Production output, 1.2 million vehicles. Revenue, $18.7 billion. Look at that. So now Stellantis. Stellantis is Chrysler, right? Stellantis NV is it's Fiat Chrysler. Okay. And I believe Stellantis is really just Fiat. Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's just a cool name for them, you know. I have a Mercedes Sprinter Class B. Biggest takeaway is the bathroom shower situation. Think that through, though. Oh, that's cool. It will have a hidden safe to put some watches in. You're going to need it. Hello, Robbins Bird. I'm late. Andrew, my heart goes out to you for the loss of your beautiful... Thank you, Robbins Bird. Thank you so much. Thank you. GM owned Saab. Yeah, I think that came later, though. I think they were original. Holdens are no more. You would know. Yeah. I want to get your timeline, because Carolyn Martin and I were talking about your travels and where you were born, where you lived first, where you went, and how you went. We need to know the sequence because I know it's varied. So I would love to know if you don't mind. Because, when I'm talking about you, Dean, M3, very wise watches and cash need a safe place to hide. Mine is, yeah, well, in the UK, they were Vauxhall. I know, I want to say Vauxhall, but it's Vauxhall in English, Vauxhall in Britain as Opel made bombs dropped. Oh, did they really? I believe it. Yeah. Vauxhall in Luton back of the day. Wow. That's unbelievable. Guys, it's time for the Gallery of Bashtards.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime views of words. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Oddly enough, the first picture that comes up was from Andrew because I don't do a show on Monday nights. So this was sent earlier in the day, and while she's not in the photograph, that's Senor and Olive, and they're doing some bathtub games. which I think is super duper cute. Wishing you guys the best. Now that you're just the two musketeers. Be strong, my friends. Be strong. It's beautiful. Ray Ray sent us a picture. Oh, look at some donkeys. We watched this video last night on YouTube. I don't remember what it was called, but there was no sound. There was just music. It was like these two, it was this couple, and they were building a house in rural Ireland, right? So I'm thinking, I don't know, where is it? You know, it was just countryside. I said, this is anywhere, Ireland. And we didn't get to hear them talk until the end, and they were both British. I'm assuming Mancunians because of their accents. But they were English people, and they had 4 donkeys, and she roasts apples with peanuts and stuff on them. And it was so cute to watch these guys. Donkeys are the cutest things in the world. Look at them. Look at them. Look how cute they are. Look at them. That's a big fella, too. Oh, boy. Or is that a big lady? They're gorgeous. Thank you, Andrew, so much for that. Thank you so much. Scotty Love, Pan Halligan's. He says, the last bottle in Tampa at Neiman Marcus. Look at that. He went to Needless Markup. Neiman Marcus is a very fancy store in America. And what's going on with my sprayer? There it is. This stuff. I know it's a summer fragrance, but listen, you know who you are. You're wrong about longevity on this. It's got one of the greatest siliages ever, but the sillage, this stuff, you put it on the way it said on my skin, it lasts all day. So I don't know what you're talking about, but it is an eau de cologne. Remember that. You know, cologne is the lowest concentration of all fragrances. So if this, I don't think it comes in a parfum. I don't think it comes in an eau de toilette, you know, but it's eau de cologne, eau de cologne, eau de toilette. There is no toilette. Well, actually, there might be toilette. Then it's eau de parfum, and then there's the extrait. So that's how it goes when you start talking about the fragrances. But yeah, God, I can look. Wow, I can smell that picture right now. You know, it's funny because I'm wearing Habit Rouge right now, so I just made my own blend. I was using the bottle that I got in Fano this year, and it's halfway gone already because I remembered. I love them both, but it's not totally different. It's different from the modern Jaline Jelk, Delphine Jelk. Sorry, I always get her name wrong. The current perfumer at Guerlain. But hey, actually, they make a nice sandwich, these two. They absolutely do. Beautiful. Thank you. And you got it. You're going to smell good. You're going to smell so good. Your wife's going to be like, who is that sexy beast? Mr. Blair for the Bashers. Today's view from the office. It's Nandor. Nandor, beautiful Nandor. Hello, baby. Oh, very nice. Was that a AKG 414? Wow. Look at that. Well, I can't tell what kind of guitar that is. Look at Nandor. Can't tell from the headstock. Can't tell what that might be, but I can tell by the binding there and the way it's fretted. I can't tell what that is, but it's cool looking. Jim Blair's into some very cool vintagey gear and beautiful Nandor relaxing in the studio, making some great music. I've heard all his music and it's wonderful. Anyway, I don't know if you know, it's funny. So Diane, hi Diane Chapman. She sent me this video of I'm not going to play it because it's copywritten, but it's Oh Holy Night, which is one of the most beautiful songs in the world to sing if you can sing it. It's not easy. It ascends quite a bit and it has a lot of vocal bravado and requires a bit of, skill. The guy there's a guy out there right now, and he's from like Sweden's Top Idol, I think it's called. And it's this guy is, hold on a second, let me go. Let me go pop it up. It's beautiful. His name is Eric Gronwald, and he came out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden he's playing with Michael Schenker, and he's in Rainbow, and God knows Ingve probably got a hold of him. But then he joined Skid Row, and he did a great job. Like, listen, who cares? Who cares? They should just get Sebastian Bach back if they want to. If they want to do anything at all that anybody will truly care about, you cannot. It's like, does anybody care about Tom Ford now that he's gone? I mean, who's buying Pierre Cardin? Is it what's going to happen with Giorgio Armani? I mean, what's going to happen? So anyway, this guy has been, and he quit Skid Row after a year because he got leukemia. It's an incredible thing, and I was like, oh, he's good. I'm like, man, he's good. And then I heard it, and it was outrageous. Eric Gronwald, oh holy night! I can't play it for you because the YouTube gods will get furious with me, and I'll be in big trouble. And all of that stuff. Mr. Brooker teaching the side mount course, which is exactly what we wanted to know at the last Bashers. It's like, what is the side mounts? It sounds like gymnastics or equestrian. Is it dressage? Look at this stuff. I want to do that so bad with you, Nikki Brooker. I want to learn how to do that. I want to go into the ocean. Let's swim to the moon. Let's climb through the tide and celebrate the evening that the city sleeps to hide. Look at this. High-fiving 20,000 leagues under the sea. Man, look at this shit. Like they're in a shipwreck. This is what really real men do. Amazing. Okay, so look at this. Just a bunch of chilling fellas. Hey, fellas, look at this. Great. Brooker, you're outrageous, man. All right. And then you're on the up top side. Look at that. It's that the rebreather. Holy cow. That's amazing stuff. Mr. Nick Brooker, thank you, buddy. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Mr. Brooker, Sidemount Photos, Stony Cove. Right. That's it. Melly C says Sebastian Bach, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's a unique singer. I mean, why would anybody, like, I would never go see Skid Row unless would I go see them if he was in the band? Yeah, I'd go. Because, 18 in life and I Remember You. That first record had great, that's all I really cared about. That first record was amazing. Great stuff. Great, unique singer. I met him a bunch of times, and he was always coked out of his mind and a wild person that you really didn't want to be around. I understand why they don't want to be in a band with him, but he's not that guy anymore. And I've seen him, and he sounds great. I've seen him like on YouTube, and he sounds great. I'm like, hey, man, people change. You can't be that wild party animal your whole life. You can't. And he was so beautiful. He was like the hottest chick in town that wasn't a chick. He was gorgeous. But he's very tall. He's like 6'6". He's really, really crazy tall, that's tall, And if you're going to be that tall, you should look like Paul Bunyan, not Paulina Poroskova. He looked like, a beautiful supermodel. And he was beautiful. But he burned a lot of bridges by just being a jackass. And that's probably the guy they think that they would be getting in bed with. But, he's, how old is he? 60? He's got to be. My age plus or minus 2, something like that. Look at Brooker, crazy town. Oh, look at that. Is that a triple screw or a quad screw? Wow. Look at that. I want to do that. I want to hold flashlights and go through a shipwreck. Amazing. Yeah, I saw Skid Row open for Bon Jovi on the New Jersey tour. Yeah, I saw that show about 5-6 times. That was the show that John physically handed me the tickets, and I didn't expect to see him, and he was a big star, man. Big star. He was on the phone. He was like, "Oh, hey, you Dirk? These are for your nieces, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, are you going?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm totally going." I hope you like the show, man. And it was a great show because New Jersey is my favorite Bon Jovi record. Lay your hands on me, lay your hands on me, lay your hands on me. Great song. I love every song on that record. Wild as the Wind is my favorite. Look at Brooker, man. Crazy person. Amazing. Want to load you, baby. Lord knows I tried so hard to be what I hoped that I would be. Wild as Wind, great song. Mr. Brooker, amazing shots. Thank you, sir. Millie C, Eminem Madness, Mark and Mindy Madness. Mark and Mindy Madness, yeah, yeah. It's Mork for president. Oh, yes. Who's that? Ray Ray saying that oh, you saying Nick should be but James Bond. I say Mork should be James Bond. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna see Alter Bridge. I don't like Miles. I never dug that guy. He's too shrill for me. Seems like a nice guy though. But he's got that one thing that I'm not a fan, like Michael Kiske from Halloween. It's just a tad too shrill. He was in Rockstar. Special guest Daughtry. I watched Daughtry when he was on American Idol, and I thought he was great. Let's look at these two. Hello, babies. Look, that is not Eminem Madness. That is Eminem sleeping. Look at that. That's so cute. Oh, look at the beautiful lady having a snooze. Beautiful on her blanky blank. Oh, honey pie. Who cares, Dirk? Yeah, I never. Alter Bridge, it's kind of pussy rock. It's just not my thing. It's just like, meh. It's not heavy and it's not pop. Just, yeah. That's the guy, all the guys from Creed, right? Need I say anymore? Teen's gonna be like, you're a dick. Creed, I mean, what was that song that Creed had? Everybody sounded like that in the 90s. What's the name of the big go see Florence and the Machine? I love Florence. She's great. She's so unique. What was the big song? Somebody tell me the name of the big Creed song? Because all they all sound like that. Creed. They had with arms wide open under all the fears sky. They all sounded like Cher. Feeling like a concrete, yeah. The only band I liked out of that whole shebang back in the day was Stone Temple Pilots, because I thought this great band. They had something special and extra, and he was great, man. What a unique guy. And I liked Alice in Chains. That grunge is not my thing. It's not my thing. It's not really grunge. You can't even call it grunge anymore, right? That'll be bullshit. Dino told me to fuck off. Because I said Miles Kennedy's pussy. He's a great singer, don't get me wrong. Just me. Commit to one. The original singers from Rockstar, he was in that movie and he sang his role, but it was Jeff Scott Soto and the guy from he's Northern European. I think he's Danish. Stand up and shout. I know you want to see. What's the name of that band? They had a big hit and it was really not good. Eminem Madness. I'm detracting from my Eminem Madness. How dare you? Oh, look at the beautiful one. Oh boy. Fuck that Rolexes. We got Mindy. Cats are way better than watches. Way better. Way better. Look at Mindy's CD collection. Do you have any Alter Bridge? No, but she's got Kiss Destroyer and Rock and Roll Over. When I talked to Millie C this week, she said, Gene, I'm going to put on some Kiss records. Do you think I should put on the originals, or maybe I should try some of your solo work like your album Asshole? Paul Stanley says, listen, if you're going to listen to classic Kiss, you need to listen to the first three, Destroyer and Rock and Roll Over. That's when we really had our shit together before we got rid of the two drug addicts. Sorry, I'm taking so long to get through Eminem Madness, but it's worth it. Look at the beautiful babies. Cats are better than watches. Cats are better than watches. But I do love my first Omega in space. I love it. You know, I was talking the other day about how I thank you, and there's Mork for president. Mork and Mindy madness, Mork and Mindy madness. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've had a lot of coffee. Mork and Mindy madness, everybody. Carolyn Martin, new to the family, friend adopted Gizmo today. Hello, Gizmo. Hello, Gizmo. You're adorables. Look how cute you are. How did you not have a home already? You're so beautiful. Oh, man. You're adorbs. Adorbs. Carolyn, brilliant. Thank you so much for sending that. Ray, you got more donkeys. Oh, you got your Palestinian flags. Yeah, down with the Zios. That's right. Look at that. The Irish understand. The Irish understand. They know what it feels like. That's what it is. Say no to Zionism. Say no to Zionism. What else you got going on here? I'm never going to show this. I'm never, ever going to show this picture, Ray. You've sent it before. I'm not gonna show this one with the towing company. It's not. There's ladies here. It's, you know, it's a bit on the risque side. I love you, man, but no, not gonna show that because it's a picture that says, you know what? Anyway, not gonna do it. Not doing it. Not gonna do it. And then Fergal McDermott. What do we got here? We got some Chris Ward. Yeah, I still haven't been to the. I'll listen. I know. I will. Carolyn, Easy E, and I are planning on going on a walkabout. You'll all know about it. I'll let you know. I don't know what it is. As soon as we can get it together. But that's what we want to do. The three of us want to get together and go do a walkabout. We'll go put on fragrances and wear watches, and we'll go to all the boutiques, and then we'll take you to the tree. You know, where haven't I taken? I never took you to AP in New York. I took you to Breitling. I've taken you Omega for sure. Where do you guys want to go? Let me know in the comments or send me an email, basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. You know how to get a hold of me. You send me that, and I'll you tell me where you want me to go. So we're going to do the Midtown Manhattan thing. Go to Rockefeller Center. We'll have something to drink. You know, get a little loosened up, and then if you want, we'll go check out some watches. You know, you wanted me to go to Patek Philippe. You want me to go to Vacheron. You want me to go to Breguet. Vacheron. I'd love to. Yeah, you let me know. Basherdirk@gmail.com. It's basherdirk@gmail.com. You know, I'll do it for you guys. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, baby. Speedies, baby. Speedies, they're just the greatest, man. I love my Speedy. I was talking about the bracelet. This is one of the most comfortable bracelets you'll ever put on. Now, this is, of course, the recreation of the Omega Flat Link that we all know and love from the 321s from back in the day, but it is really beautifully tapered. Really beautifully tapered. Now, on the 1957, you know, the 310s, 310, 33, 10, you know, 30, that watch had no taper whatsoever on the. It was a flat link bracelet, but it wasn't tapered. This, you know, especially with it doesn't have lyre lugs; it has straight lugs. So that's the whole thing. You know, if you want to get a really good view of this, because it's Speedy Tuesday anyway, and we got to look at the photography. So, I mean, I'll pop that off for one split second. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you, Fergal. You know, if you can see the taper. You know, first of all, this thing is just mind-blowingly beautiful. But see that. Look at there. Don't focus in on my hairy knuckles, please, Jesus. Look like a caveman. I'm not. Look at that. Look at the taper on this thing. It is just so perfect. So perfectly designed. And with the straight lugs, holy macaroni. Look at that. Just so perfect. Long R, long S, applied logo. We talked about watches a little bit. Okay. There you go. That's it. I think that's all I got for the yeah, that's it. That's the Gallery of Bashtards. Thank you everybody for a great gallery.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
You guys are talking about a lot of car stuff. Cars, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then we got Mr. Brooker. Yeah, we love it, baby. Sebastian Bach was so pretty. He was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. He was. I only saw a couple of things out of the corner of my eye. There you go. There you go. And then we got Dirk. You go and watch Kiss with Melly C and all the rest. I've seen it all. Do you know what I told you the other day? Like one of these snooty musicians, you know, he had alembics and fancy basses. He's like, I'm going to listen to this shitty band Kiss. And he listened to Destroy and he's like, wow, this album's amazing. You know, it was incredible, you know, incredible stuff. Yeah. Dirk, get another hair transplant. Didn't it take really well though? I got a haircut today. Nobody noticed. Yeah. Look at that. Half my beard is gone. I look like you know, I don't usually let him trim my beard when I go to the barber, but I was just like, do it. Because I was biting this. It was so long and it was so bushy. But yeah, I got a haircut. Yeah. And this stuff, look, it doesn't even come off, even with all that glue. It just stays right in place. Aren't I lucky? Amazing. You guys are too freaking funny. You saw Alice in Chains when they I saw Alice in Chains a couple of times on Dirt. Them Bones, and they were then the Cult, the Cult, you know. Love Removal Machine. Beautiful Gizmo. My first dog was called Gizmo. Nathaniel's cat is named Gizmo. You know? Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. Amazing. Merry Christmas, Bashers. Hubby is claiming starvation. Oh, okay. So go feed your husband, you know. Are we going to be a part-time watch channel for the day? Hey, man, we started out as a watch channel. We still do watches, man. Great band, far better than Kiss. Parker. Who's far better than Kiss? Who? Alter Rich? I don't think so. Ray says, I wear my Speedy tomorrow. The Bull of a Lunar Pilot. Yeah, that's your version. By the way, the Alpha uses the same transmission as the BMWs and the Benz cars as the F gearbox. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy shit. Oh, is that right? Oh, Colin Chapman. I know all about him. Looks like he missed a bit. Did he? He did a nice job. Got my 30s style haircut. Missed my gallery pick. Don't tell me. Oh, hold on. Why? Something must be happening where that does that, Julian. There it is. There it is inside my spam. Oh, that's not it, actually. Here are 10 photos. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, they are. Hold on. It's in spam. I'm so sorry, Julian. I don't know. Every once in a while, you and Ray wind up in spam. I don't know why. Like you've been bad boys. Look at this. Bashers. Aw, that's so cute. Thank you, Julian. What a great way to. We'll end the show on your thing, and then I'll play the tribute once again, you know. Oh, come all ye bastards. Oh, come all ye bashers. Happy Christmas to all the bashers from Julian. Happy Christmas, Julian. I'm so glad you spoke up. Thank you, God, because it was in spam. Damn you, Gmail. Oh, hello, beautiful. What a pretty picture. Oh. That should be my Christmas card every year. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. Thank you. How cute is this? Right? Look at this. It looks Christmas blessings for all the cats. Hey, you're giving me ideas for tomorrow's. I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow night. We'll do the Christmas Eve show, and I'll do it at. I'll see what the big guy's doing. See if he wants to be a part of that, or if we just do the Friday show. But more than likely, we'll do the big time Christmas show. I'll just do a Christmas Eve brief show tomorrow for y'all, and that's it. You know, this is beautiful. Look at that. I love this one. Great stuff, Julian. Great stuff. Julian, the incomparable Julian, everyone. Thank you so much, buddy. Beautiful. I love that one the best. Thanks, Julian. And, I saw Judas Priest in Hackney in London. I saw Judas Priest the first time. I was kind of late for somebody my age. I saw them on British Steel, 1980. I know people saw them on Hellbent for Leather and Stained Glass, and I didn't see that too bad, you know. I would have liked to have, but you know, I did see some crazy shows. I saw Van Halen open up for Black Sabbath, which was crazy, you know. That's fighting stuff. Glenn, he started it. Well, there's egg and bacon, egg and sausage and bacon, egg and spam, egg, bacon and spam, egg, bacon, sausage and spam, spam, bacon, sausage and spam, spam, egg, spam, bacon, and spam, sausage, spam. Where's the cheese, man? Guys, don't I have an egg sandwich? An egg sandwich in New York is the classic Kaiser roll, toasted on the grill, mayonnaise, American cheese, because you can't fight the American cheese, man. It's delicious. Tomato that's on the grill, or tomato, depending on where you're, what side of the ocean are. Tomato on both sides of the grill to make it nice and hot. And then not scrambled eggs, but over eggs, not over easy and not over hard, because when you cut the sandwich in half, you want the yolk to ooze out. Salt and pepper wrapped up in tinfoil. Bang. That's your New York. And the New York, ask everybody who's had a New York egg and cheese sandwich. It's the best. And people don't put bacon on it. They just don't. I know you guys do. If you play Judas Priest backwards, it's, oh, you don't like Judas Priest? Really? Delivering the goods. Priest is good. You know, Priest is the only danceable metal band. They've got a groove, they got a beat, you can dance to it. Such a great screen Christmas scene. Bah humbug. That's tomorrow, Dino. Go listen to Alter Bridge and and put on Chanel No. 5 while you're at it. Put on something pretty. God damn it, now I want an egg, sausage, bacon. Do you like Spam? Now, Spam was invented here for wartime, right? And no one eats it here now, but you guys love it. And from what I'm told, it's huge in Japan. Apparently, the Japanese are wild for Spam. And it's like comes in multiple varieties. They make sandwiches out of it. They absolutely love it. Just crazy stuff. You know? Yeah. Roar the Tiger says, all I can say is, as a kid, Jimmy Clark was my hero. Pay no attention to Dirk. He's a vegetarian. Stick to your plan. That's right. No, but they just don't eat it. Listen. I've had bacon in my life before I was a vegetarian, when I was very young. However, I remember what bacon tastes like, and I get why you like it. Don't think it has nothing to do with the taste. I just can't deal with it ethically. It's, for me, vegetarianism is strictly my personal. That's why I don't impart that on other people. Everybody do what you got to do in this world to get by. Quit smoking or feed the homeless or cancerous children or whatever it is you do. Everybody does something in their life. And for me, as a kid, I just knew that like eating animals was not an option. So I cut that out. But, like I sit at steakhouses, go get a big New York strip. I don't give a shit. Go have whatever you want. Because preachy people are douches. No one should preach anything to anybody. It's just none of anybody's goddamn. Shut the up. Shut up. Who cares? Here we go. No, I remember what bacon tastes like. And I've occasionally bought. Spam is huge in Korea too. There you go. It doesn't really matter. Who gives a shit? You're now a pescatarian. Okay, there you go. You just eat fish. Or what was that funny movie? Was it with Hugh Grant? He was dating a girl and she was a fruitarian. She goes, no, she was some kind of thing. And she goes, would you like some tomatoes? And she goes, oh no. She goes, you don't like them? And she goes, no, they've been murdered. Anyway, guys, that's the show. Thank you so much. Thank you, every single one of you, for reaching out and your great comments for our beautiful Andrew and his precious, precious, precious Morgana. So thank you very much. And I'll end the show with that. I won't call anybody the C word today or any of that stuff. So I'm just going to present to you you know, the video, which you can watch. And that's how I'll end the show today. Andrew, we're thinking about you, and we love you so very much, and we love Morgana, and we thank God every day for the past 2.5 years that she was part of our world, and she still will remain so. So don't be afraid to send us pictures of Morgana. You know I don't show a lot of pictures of It Was Notting Hill, that's right, which is a hilarious movie. I don't share a lot of pictures of Laverne anymore because I've become a big mess. So you know how that is. Thanks everybody. Merry Christmas. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, but I'm not doing shit, so I'll come on live for the four of you. Whatever, we'll have a Christmas Eve drink together. And then, Christmas Day, I won't be. Thursday, I won't be broadcasting. And then Friday night, I'm assuming we can get together with the big fella and do our thing. And yeah, and I look forward to that. So until then, guys, remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember that I just want to see if I can get this right. Is that what I want? I want to get this full screen. Get me off the screen. What if I did that? And I don't want that. I want this. I want to get rid of the thing on the side. Can I get rid of that? How do I get rid of this thing? Go away. Can I not look at that? Yeah. Anyway, guys, go in peace to love and serve the bash. You guys are the greatest. Thank you so, so very much. Okay. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm watching IBashers. You were distracting me.